Thank you for spending your time with us at the Loving Forward podcast. I appreciate your presence, your attention, and your willingness to be curious while swimming in the mystery. If something in this episode resonated with you and you feel a call to explore your own healing work, I offer both in-person and online sessions in shadow work and breath work. I also lead in-person men's groups here in Eugene, Oregon, and I would love to have you join us. You can find all of this on my website and stay up to date on current offerings and my latest ponderings on Facebook and Instagram. The website and handles are in the description. These practices support nervous system regulation, emotional integration, and a more honest, embodied relationship with yourself and others. You're welcome to reach out, ask questions, or take the next step when it feels right for you. Contact information is in the description. Until then, keep listening to your body, keep honoring your truth, and keep loving forward as best you can. And so it is. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Loving Forward podcast. My name is Ol, your host, and I'm joined by my dear friend, Julian.
Hello. I am Julian.
That is Julian.
I am Julian.
Julian, would you like to take some time here to introduce yourself?
Yeah. My name is Julian, if you haven't gotten that factoid already. I'm many things in life. I'm a massage therapist is my main healing modality. I've been licensed in the state of Oregon for a little under 2 years at this point. Just renewed recently even. And really been enjoying so far the work of working with low-income clients, specifically because I'm in Oregon, people who have OHP.
Yeah.
And there was a little dip in my work with that and coming back around to that, thankfully. Right. But that's been really, really good work for me so far. And other than that, so far, I'm also a musician.
Right.
I've been playing the acoustic guitar for about 15, I guess this might be about 16 years now.
He looked at his watch and it told him. That's actually all his watch does, is it tells him how long he's been playing guitar.
That's how I measure my time.
That's how I measure time. It's a good
16
one.
years on the guitar.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's always getting bigger, that number. So good. But I am a multi-instrumentalist. I think of myself as that. I play the keys as well, and percussion and bass guitar. I can do a little thing on the ukulele, and I sing. I can do harmonies.
Beautiful singer.
Yeah. And those are the two big vocations that have been taking up my life. Otherwise, big part of the local community here in Eugene, and especially in the ecstatic dance crowd.
Yeah.
In the the new age spiritual realm to a certain degree as well.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as deep as some people are.
Yeah.
I've had my own quest and journeys with that though in my past, and have lots to resonate with people in that realm. And just generally doing my best to be a good man in this world where good men are so needed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so many routes to take, so many trails we could go on from everything you just shared. First off, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you and being a positive force and just a strong emanation of light. And I feel really proud to call you my friend. I feel proud to I feel happy to just know that you're in the world and you're doing good things. You're doing really great things.
Thank you.
I think we could start actually with this concept of working with low income, and maybe it's not a concept, maybe that's insensitive to say that, but just like this, like the difference between like, you're saying you're a massage therapist who primarily works with low income individuals through organ health, the Medicaid that they have. And so what's the difference between that and any other massage therapist?
Well, in a way, there's not a whole lot that's different with that.
Yeah.
In terms of just like the actual practice. But it is a population that I am very happy to say that I am able to serve.
Yeah.
And I really take pride in that, honestly. It's a population that, because of their lack of resources, generally speaking, don't usually have access to this specific kind of care that I offer.
That's right.
And so, it's... that being said, with the way my experience with working with them too, and at that height of my schedule being filled and all that, they were making up about 60% of my clientele.
Wow.
60, 65,
That's
somewhere
amazing.
in there. Yeah,
I love that.
I think compared to the other kind of pool of clients that I've been kind of getting so far as a massage therapist, I haven't been massaging for very long professionally.
2 years.
Yeah. But compared to the other pool of just people who just don't have OHP, who are either paying out of pocket or through other insurance means, or are being gifted it or whatever, that group of OHP clients tends to have more of the nitty-gritty issues that massage can really be treating. It's not like it's they're coming in more so with like chronic illnesses and diseases and issues in their body that are needing like just like more consistent care. They're coming in with like things that haven't been treated for quite some time, or like not very properly, because they just don't have time or access to the care to like have gotten it hit on the head properly at first or anything like that. So I've been finding that like the issues that they're presenting with are a little bit more complex, and as a result, just as a baseline, it's not everyone, but it is pretty common to see that. Just like, oh, it's an OHP client, and then they come in and they tell you what's going on. It's like, wow, you actually are here for a very good reason. I can tell. Yeah, you're not just like freeloading off of a free massage and just gonna like chill out for a little bit. Most of the time it's not like that. There are some, but for
Guilty
the vast majority, they're really like coming for a good reason, and that was so it just adds another layer to the work that I do with them as a result. It's just, it feels like I'm giving them this wonderful thing, and it's viewed in a way, culturally speaking, massage is such a luxurious, relaxing.
Yes, it really did go that way.
Cushy,
didn't it?
almost not a necessity even to a certain extent, right? And it can be at times.
And that's good medicinal at times.
It even has medicinal, even like that luxury cushiness has total medicinal value at times. Don't get me wrong. And I love that realm in its own way as well. But it's just with these people, it just doesn't seem like it's that as much, not nearly as much. So
I love that distinction.
I
love that distinction. And I mean, it's not, we're not going to put anybody in any sort of box. This could happen for anybody, coming in.
Totally.
Everyone has such different intentions and reasons for seeking out this sort of healing modality, this therapy. But I really love to hear that there are people coming to you with chronic issues, and it's like they're going to the doctor, essentially. I mean, this is a therapeutic modality, and it did get sort of whitewashed, right? I don't know, but whitewashed by like this, the culture basically mostly attributing massages and like that realm to like, this is like a spa day. Like, this is like, I'm just coming just to relax and to just like receive. And it's only like, it's only like limited. It's very limited to this 1 hour of my however many hours I have that's not getting this sort of thing. Like,
right.
And for me, for my experience, when I've approached massage therapy that way, it doesn't have any sort of lasting benefits for me. It's like, I went, I got a massage. Felt deeply relaxed for an hour, and then I left and just kind of went on with my day and did the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But what I'm hearing you say is like, people are coming in with these issues, these chronic physiological issues, as well as other things, and they're like committing to your service as if it's like, this is going to help me live a better life.
Yeah. I mean, and that's part of the thing, is that they come in and are telling me like, yes, it's improving. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I have seen people like make major comebacks in a way. And
it's amazing
from pain and from chronic conditions. And then like they'll stop coming to me for a couple weeks or something like that too. And you know, I try to give them the tools to help it last as much as it can without my intervention kind of thing. But even then, sometimes people are still like, coming back and it's just like, actually, you were helping a lot. It's like, even if it only was like an hour for like once every 2 weeks, it can be amazing how
be huge
of a difference that makes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I love their awareness of like, coming to you with some certain consistency, and then taking a few weeks off or something, and looking
just like, not even on purpose sometimes too, right?
Life,
just
right?
life, holidays, something, right?
And then you can look back and be like, okay, I'm hurting again, or like I'm not feeling I'm not feeling at par. What's different? Oh, I haven't seen my massage therapist. That's one thing that's missing. And so I love that. I had somebody do breath work recently with me, and their reflection a few days later was to me saying, I've been feeling like just wonderful and great, and like just exceptionally well. What's different? What they thought like, what's different? It's like, oh, what came to their mind was like, oh, I did the breath work with Ol earlier this week, and that's the greatest reflection I could ever receive, basically. Is knowing that like, not only did you have a really good experience here in this hour or two that we spent together, but you're seeing like that good experience run over into the rest of your week. Yeah,
just in the rest of your life, essentially, the long term of it, Yeah, absolutely.
Which is another thing. It's like in massage therapy, in that hour and maybe even that time after, you get to experience a new state of being.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a state of being that you could experience much more often. Like, you give them the tools, you're like, this is like, you could have this. And what would life be like if you could live in this state more often? So that's what we're trying to offer to people in some ways. Like, this is a new way you could experience the world.
Yeah, exactly. And it's more comfortable.
It's a lot,
it's a lot more comfortable,
and
you're going to like it a lot better, and you'll probably be a better person as a result. Just acting just in better kind of thing. And not just in body, but in mind and spirit. That's the thing too. It's like it bleeds all out into every, you start in one section of one's existence, whether that be the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit, there's probably something I'm missing in there.
Exactly.
Something, and
your ancestors.
and it ripples out. The effects of what you're working on ripples out to all the other parts.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's I always think of it as a pyramid, not in the way that it's like one's better or more important than the other, but just the way that the pyramid is a whole. It's just like one thing, and it's one of the like most sturdiest structures, I feel like.
Sure.
I mean,
triangles are the most architecturally sound.
Yes.
Shape.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for finishing that, because I was like, oh, I'm saying something very rudimentary. I don't really know what I'm talking about here, but it's something I've heard, and it makes sense. I mean, the pyramids being shaped like a triangle and all that stuff. Like, they knew what they were doing.
I
think I'm just gonna defer to them.
They look like they knew what they're
They
doing.
look
Tell
like
you
they
that.
smelled like it. You could just tell they knew what they were doing. I don't know what they smelled like, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't know what this pyramid smell like?
I don't know. I haven't been to the pyramids in this lifetime.
No, yeah. Can I give a really quick, completely off the cuff, not even related to what we're talking about thing, real quick? I've been reading the autobiography of Raffi, the children's musician, Raffi.
Yeah.
And he grew up in Cairo, actually, and would take like weekend visits like regularly to the pyramids.
Wow.
Apparently, as one of the things that he did.
Weekend visits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he just like a regular thing as a kid was just like, let's go to the pyramids real quick and check those out. And it's like, what?
That's a cool, that's a different experience growing up than I had.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like different than saying, let's go to the mountains for the weekend because we live right next to the mountains. We might as well. It's like, no, let's go to the pyramids, which to me immediately I could feel how powerful that could be.
Yeah.
And I could feel, like the healing properties of going and visiting the pyramids on a regular basis, like the fortitude that I would feel. I'm putting myself in that person's shoes, trying to imagine like just like the fortitude I would feel of commonly visiting that and the spiritual parts and just connecting with that culture more regularly. I feel like that would make for a really sound, strong mind and body and heart.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you said that because, I mean, in a way, he still had to earn that. I've been reading, figuring that out.
Okay. Wow.
Because we're talking born in I want to say the 40s. That's when he was born.
Mm-hmm.
He was a boomer generation technically then, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe slightly later. But anyway, and so you're thinking like, you got to think about like essentially Middle Eastern culture in the 40s. Where it's fairly patriarchal.
Mm-hmm.
It is. He had to escape genocide from. The Armenian genocide around that time.
Mm-hmm.
His grandparents had to escape the Armenian genocide.
Gotcha.
So there was a lot of effort put into like being there, and he had a lot of pressure from his parents to be a certain type of kid and stuff like that. But anyway, I haven't finished the book yet, but it's as much it was like visiting the pyramids was like one of the wonderful parts about being in that part of and I wonder if he even as a kid took that for granted or not. It didn't seem like he did, but being one of the great wonders of the world and all that. But and I'm sure they know that and like make sure they know that kind of thing. Like this is not everywhere else kind of thing. So
oh my gosh, no, not even close.
But there's it was a complex time,
it feels like that segues to something that's happening currently in our life, in our socio-political world, and we it's another complex situation. Let me just say that time immemorial, we've been dealing with these powers, right? The humans have been dealing with these overpowering forces that seem to have agendas that are different than the majority, and they're different than the people out here that are just trying to just have a comfortable, safe, peaceful existence. And it's interesting. It feels like we're in a time when we've been dealing with, in our lifetime, we've been dealing with like, I guess I should speak for myself. I feel like I've dealt with pretty banal conditions and circumstances. However, there has been corruption, the times of my lifetime, there's been governmental corruption and confusion and manipulation and just like gnarly energies that have been happening. But it feels to me like it's getting to a boiling point.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm saying all that because here on the Loving Forward, we want to lean into what's happening, lean into our edge is kind of what I say in our men's groups and what I say in my own work, shadow work, all the works, inner work, world work, is we want to lean into our edge and wanting to do that. That means we might talk about things that are a little tricky, very complex. Most of the time, everything's very complex. There's no black and then white, a lot of gray area, but there is sometimes black and sometimes white, and that's the part of the gray confusion area. So I'm kind of walking on eggshells right now, trying to explain and maybe lay the ground out for something I would love to talk about, which is, if you're open to it, which is the protest that I just recently had my first protest experience.
Your first ever protest yesterday, which was January 27th
here
of 2026
in Eugene, Oregon.
Here in Eugene, Oregon. And this was at the evening of, right? Yeah.
Right. Last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there. I was sick with belly stuff, so I didn't go.
Yeah.
I was recovering. I was eating pizza, but I was still was being kind to myself in that moment, and I needed to do that. However, you were there, and tell me about it.
Well, there's so much I want to say, and I'm writing a blog about all this, writing a blog article, and I keep going back and refining it and sort of changing things, and I'm learning new things every day. My perspective is just getting more and more refined. But first thing I want to say to everybody and to you and to myself is to please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first, please.
Yeah.
And that looks like a lot of different ways. Please take care of yourself first. And that could be simple, maybe just like slowing down and connecting and just like disconnecting from everything and just connecting to yourself and your body and your wants and your needs. What do you need? That feels paramount, and it feels like that's something that gets very forgotten about in these times. And that also leads me to say that everybody is playing their role. And I believe that there is no wrong way to be showing up against these forces, And so that leads me to the experience I had, being at this protest. It started out as just a vigil for Alex Preti, and his life. And that was really powerful and moving. Yeah, that was put on by the Oregon Nurses Association here. It was just really powerful. The mayor came up and spoke. Just amazing. I was moved to tears by some of the speeches. Really beautiful. Felt like I was looking around just thinking like this is right. This is what we're here to do, and then after that was done, then the calls to come and amass at the front doors of the federal building started, and I went up and kind of made myself a nice little spot that's like I can keep eye on all different sides, and I'm still close, and I'm kind of seeing I'm seeing what's happening. I'm in it. And observing. I was very much observing, was participating, and I saw, just to speak objectively, I saw several different kinds of archetypes and roles being exemplified. There were people who were screaming at the windows and banging on the windows. And one of my friends there, we were both kind of like, we're not aligned with that. Just to be clear, for me, that's not my role here. Mm-hmm. And there were people who were just like, present. That's just like two sides of the spectrum. The one is the people who are right up there, banging on the windows and screaming everything you could imagine. And then there's the people who we're just there. We're holding space. We're present. Maybe not chanting. Maybe we are. And so I'm watching that, and then there's people in the middle. There's people who are creating chants, new chants. There are people who are stating old chants. Some of them I felt really aligned with, and I joined in on those chants. There were some chants that I could not participate in, and it's a little scary to even try to explain what one of the chants were. Let's just say it was a chant that was encouraging another human to die, essentially. And that's I think that's where I'm really troubled. Mm-hmm. And so I saw that, and then I was sort of triggered by that, and just like calmed myself down and just like recognized like they have every right to say things like that. Everyone has a right to say things. That is part of the First Amendment. And yeah, it looks like you have something to say on that, which I'm totally open to that.
Protections against like direct threats. Like you can't just be like I'm going to kill so and so,
right?
And like direct like threats like that are actually not protected.
Yeah.
That being said, if it was like what you were telling me before,
right.
There's a nuance there that might, it's sticky. Mm-hmm. There's a big sticky line that sort of is being tread on there, and
and we can get into it. I mean, I would be curious to hear what you think, because I can say it. I feel okay to say it. They were essentially, there was a group of people who were chanting for the people inside and on the roof to kill themselves or to jump, basically. Right. If they were on the roof, they were saying jump.
I guess that's technically protected because
right.
It's not a threat.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I know.
Though, and
I know.
So, and there's again sticky situation with that. There's an energy with that. Okay. There's a multi-spectral energy happening with that. Mm-hmm. There's a part of the spectrum with that I can sympathize with,
of course.
And it's the part that's acting out and lashing out against injustice.
Yeah.
And power and just wanting things to be right in the world.
We need that.
Yeah.
We need people willing to do that.
Absolutely, we need people willing to do that.
Yeah.
And there's another part of that spectrum where it is essentially permanently condemning a person,
right,
to be who they are, without any sort of semblance that they're going to change, mm-hmm. or that they could act differently if the powers that be also acted differently or anything. Given a different situation, would be a different person, sort of thing, mm-hmm. and of value and of worth and of that's I really don't like that myself either. It doesn't feel very loving. It doesn't feel,
Right.
and not like we're trying to, not like we're trying to be loving in the first place either, towards these fucking fascists.
Yeah. Yes.
But there is a side of me that doesn't want to betray that desire within me to be a loving human being.
Yeah.
There's a side of me that also wants to protect people around me and people in my community.
Right.
And the two are needing to somehow coexist, right? And
so right. Yeah. So well said.
So I can understand like why people were saying that. And I am heartbroken that that's a common sentiment, it feels like these days, right? For just wanting that to happen, wanting people to die, to be hurt, if they're not on the side that we're on.
Right.
And it's funny because too, I even see that like impulse within myself. I can see that seed within me being exemplified essentially in front of me. And so it's like I have a strange mixture of like not wanting to promote it, yet at the same time having compassion for it. And and wanting to like just tweak it a bit if I can, but
new way forward
with it. I want, like the thing I don't want to kill or hurt people. This should never be the goal, right? The thing that I want is a flippin' community that helps each other, and I want a community that has everything that it needs already and doesn't need help from vicious powers that hold things above you, essentially. And
literally, they were above us last night on the roof.
Seriously, we don't need that. I don't want to, whatever they're threatening, or whatever they're offering as a thing that is like what they think is best, essentially. Like just like being able to fully say no, thank you. We don't even need anything that is like associated with you. That's
what the people were trying to say last night. Essentially. And it's like, no, we don't want you here.
Exactly.
Actually, like whatever you're doing here, we don't want what people are speaking. We don't need you.
Exactly. Them. Yeah. And
everyone has the right to do that.
Yeah. That's absolutely, you have a right to that. And we should be saying that.
Yeah. And it feels like they're taking that right away on some level or at least like
well, then, keep talking about what happened.
Right, too. Exactly.
Because, you have these people banging on the windows and doors.
And things are escalating.
Calling for people to jump.
Things are, with those remarks and other remarks. And then it turns into sort of this, like, just more taunting chants of, like, this, saying just other things, It's, like, hard for me to even repeat the things. It's not because they're like the worst thing I've ever heard, but it's just like, I don't want to paint a bad picture. I don't want to paint the wrong picture of the people that were there who do care so deeply and do have beautiful intentions for being, like amazing intentions for being there.
Sure.
It's so easy for the media to misconstrue things and just like warp things in a certain way, where then like all the people who follow that media then have this like, this totally distorted understanding of what's happening, but they don't even know what's happening. They weren't there. And that was one of my main reasons for going to the protests, because like, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's actually happening.
Like firsthand source.
Firsthand.
Yeah.
I'm tired of just hearing about these things because I don't trust the media. I don't really trust social, like Facebook and whatnot, like there's a part of me that doesn't even trust like this secondhand news, like from other people in the community. Like I do, because it's their truth and I have compassion and willingness to understand that stuff. But but there's a deep desire to like, I need to be in it and know what is actually going on here. And anybody who's spouting stuff out that does not have first experience, I'm sorry, but like you really don't have the full story,
right,
to have these like hard opinions. And it's just nasty what you see on Facebook from people who actually have no firsthand experience of any of the things they're spouting out. And that's deeply troubling to me. So things started to really, it was building.
Mm-hmm.
It was building. We could tell people were, there was agents and officers lining up in the building. I have no idea what they're about to do. But there's a consensus of people saying like, they're probably going to come out at any moment,
right.
And, it almost felt like that's it. To me, I believed that that's what people wanted. Like the protesters wanted that on some level. And that's me projecting. Like, I don't know what anybody wants. So just so everybody's clear, I don't know what everybody wants. I actually am deeply curious what the intention is for these things to be screaming like, for people to kill themselves. Do they actually want somebody to like jump off like, what if that happened?
Yeah.
So I'm deeply curious and just wondering like, what is the intentions here? Do they want them to come out and do something, or are we just here to just like, what are we here to do? It's my first protest. So I'm like, what are we here to do? I'm here to be here. I definitely know that. And to like, I know it's important for me to say that I don't want what's happening to continue happening. So that's why I'm here. Anyway, so it does feel like tension's starting to rise, and we decided that it was time to step away and to leave. It felt like it was getting intense.
Sure.
And we had an agreement that we didn't want to get ourselves into any dangerous situations. So we left. And once we were about a block away, and that's when we heard a flashbang, like a bomb go off. And we were like, holy cow, what is going on? And we wanted to go make sure our friend was okay, because our friend was still there. So we ran back into it, and it was like a war zone.
Yeah, I saw some video.
It was a war zone, man. Yeah, it's no joke.
Thank you, the Eugene subreddit, for being a spot for just people who have cameras on them too, and even the sloppiest of videos I am very grateful for. Actually, but Eugene Weekly actually got a great like 3-minute video that was what the hell happened with that, and oh my god,
they did it was nuts.
It was totally just like full military regalia and just like back the fuck up, and like I don't know, it seems
he's stern and in his seat, trying to figure out what he's got to say.
It's the banging on the windows and the doors thing.
Oh, it comes back to that.
Which in my head, that's still a really overreaction to that.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no that I don't think that was not necessary to go full force of like shooting reporters with pepper pellets.
Yeah.
That's not how you fucking do things.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it's essentially like people are freaking angry and outraged about what you guys are doing, and they have every right to do that. And whoever these people are, should have the emotional stability or some sort of training that prepares them for people to be totally upset with what they're doing, like an outrage, like, and for them to not escalate things and cause worse
that, though, and
harm.
One of the things I've been hearing is that could be a tool though for their own use. Is like having an outraged person who's a little out of control is like justified use for like using oppressive force. Essentially, it's
justified in their book,
of course,
but not like just human rights,
right?
Human,
of course,
the way we should be treating other people, and they're like freaking the fact that they're coming out like nobody's armed out here, nobody's hurting each other. I mean, I don't know if anyone's armed out there, honestly.
It is Oregon.
It's Oregon, and there's a right to carry. As far as I can tell, nobody's armed, nobody's hinting towards any violence out here. Actually, everything's pretty like pretty amicable. Everyone seems like connected and like we're doing it. We're here. Like this is, I care about you. You care about me. We care about other people. Like this is awesome. And for them to just come out and start pepper spraying, tear gassing, and shooting rubber bullets at people is
was it rubber bullets out there?
That's what they had guns, but it's I don't know. I heard rubber bullets, but that's another thing. I heard shooting. It could have been the pepper balls or something.
Yeah, I heard. I read I got a newsletter this morning from Eugene Weekly that was essentially about this last night, and because and it was someone in the press had been hit by pepper balls.
Okay.
So the guns.
Gotcha. That's what they were.
In the heat of the moment, though, I'm sure people were saying all sorts of stuff too.
And that's the thing. It's like
you don't know.
We don't know.
And usually they are, supposedly they're also supposed to warn you about using non-lethal ammunition against you.
Yeah.
We're about to shoot at you with stuff. Like, do you want to do this?
Yeah, exactly. Do you really want to do this?
Usually that's like a decent thing to do.
Yeah, I think it seems pretty.
Calm the fuck
necessary.
down. You still have a right to be here and protest, but like if you're gonna like fuck up property, like
no.
And like, okay, well,
there was no warning.
Oh God,
no warning.
At the same time, my heart wants to fuck up property.
Well, that's the complexity we're holding.
That's the grip of it too.
Yeah,
it? It's like
that's what we're trying to figure out here.
Yeah, it's like, is that productive? And to what means is that, and working towards essentially, and
exactly. Well, so we went back. It was just to finish up the experience there. We went back, we found our friend, they were okay. Our intention then turned into like, okay, how can we help people who have been injured here?
Totally.
There's people who are, they're all kinds of messed up by the tear gas and the pepper spray. And
I'm sure they were not prepared for that. It was a peaceful vigil, or
actually,
supposed to be. Yeah.
Actually, this, before we left for the vigil, we had heard that there was an incident already where people, officers and agents came out of the building and pepper sprayed and threw tear gas. It had already they detained a few people too. And so we had heard through one of the threads that they needed supplies. So we went and bought supplies. So we came in kind of prepared, like knowing that's already happened.
Wow.
So far, we bought the just a saline solution for eye washing, and those came in handy. Let's just say they came in handy, and so we were prepared for that. We didn't necessarily know if we wanted to be involved in that way, like be there, be present for that happening. But once it was happening, it was like, we're here and we're ready to help.
Right.
We're kind of figuring out what's our role here. Like, we're not on the front lines. We're not like right in front of them.
Leave it to the healing practitioners to be the healers.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
It's our role.
I mean, that's our role, and that's the other part. That's the reason we're talking about this today, and I continue to talk about this is because I'm trying to figure out my role here, and I feel concerned that there are people like us, healers, deep thinkers, wisdom holders, leaders, that are not speaking up about what's going on. I'm not hearing much from our local healers
about
how to navigate this. And so I'm like looking at myself like, if I'm a declared healer and leader, and I need to speak up. I need to speak out about what I think and what I feel might be helpful. And it's really tricky where I'm at with, like, yeah, we were on the other side of the road, seeing tear gas cans be thrown out into the streets. People who are driving by are being affected by this now. I saw that too.
Yeah. Like people with windows down, just driving on 7th.
We're just like, roll up your windows. You know, it's, there's tear gas, like children in cars.
Jesus.
I mean, just,
oh my God. Yeah.
This is what we have to think about.
What the fuck is happening with that?
What is happening?
That's like that
crazy.
reaction, period. Like, what the fuck is happening with that?
Well, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
like, I don't care what was happening before. We're talking about all sorts of things that were justifying what started that.
Right.
But when the reaction is going that far, hitting towards people who are...
What are we doing here?
What the fuck are you doing?
What is going on?
Are you doing? This is why we're angry in the first place, too.
This is why we're here in the first place, is because this is the consequence that happens from us just being here, telling you that we don't like what you're doing.
This is the problem.
You're giving us a great example.
Giving us the example of what the problem is.
What the problem is and why we're here. Because that's just, it's, you know, and this is where it gets, there's so many tricky points to this. I get really stuck on, or hung up on, how my opinion of this being so wrong is different from other people's opinions, who may say that this is exactly right, and that that they responded exactly right. The protesters were in the wrong. This turned into a riot. And it's like, it didn't. And but I'm really hung up on just like this division in opinions being so stark that the division is the problem. The division is the problem. And they're just using, here, let me slow down, because it does sometimes get a little passionate here. Just the differing of opinions leading to a bigger division between humans, and me trying to honor all these differing opinions, all these differing human experiences. Yeah. I come from a very right-leaning household, growing up in Oklahoma, and family being in Texas, and always thinking like, what does it mean to be this? And like, why are we that? And like, I don't even, at a young age, being like, I don't know if I agree with any of this stuff. Actually, this seems off. But I have love and compassion for humans there. We're seeing families get ripped apart because of these differing opinions. And who's to say if it's right or wrong? I mean, I don't know where to end this statement, this monologue here, but just basically wanting to state that what I think I'm most against, my stance is this division.
Sure.
That's what's killing people. That's what's killing us. That could be our demise.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk, especially like after the election last year, or technically the year before. Yeah. A lot of people wanting to just understand what the heck is what are people thinking? What are your motivations? What are your values that are making it so that you're voting for this sort of stuff?
Yeah.
And even like this is something that I know that my partner actually has tried to do a little bit of work with as well, and has been struggling to find like proper answers, specifically when it comes to the values. Like, something would happen in political events in the world, that kind of thing, and she would try to ask people or try to find people to ask even in the first place. It's actually kind of hard, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Without just being like putting yourself in like social media bogged down. It's not the right place kind of thing. You don't want to talk to an actual person about this kind of thing. You know, are your values being held here? You know, do you feel like your values are at work and at play and are being, seen
question.
and whatnot? You know, the things that you want and yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it's a wonderful question that I hope everyone asks themselves.
Yeah.
With these things is, are what I value being held and protected and utilized here, Yeah.
It's a great question. Yeah. Yeah. That's a wonderful place to go to here, to ask ourselves. And, I love what you said too about like, this is, is what we voted for? Is this aligned with our values? Essentially is what you said. And I know that could mean literally, like I voted, or whoever it was voted on the ballot for this. And there's also just like our actions being counted as a vote, like where we shop at, that is a vote that contributes to a certain thing that's happening. And that's what we also need to evaluate that. So we helped people, and I got to experience what tear gas was like, and that was really interesting. It made me cough a lot, eyes watered. I didn't get it too bad because we were on the outskirts, but got to experience it a little bit. And so that was my first protest. And where I'm at, that's really interesting is I'm not going to ridicule or tell anybody that the way that they're showing up is wrong. And that even goes for people who are doing nothing, because I understand what it's like to turn a blind eye and to just like put your head in the sand, because it's too much. It is too much. And people have already so much that they're dealing with. It makes a lot of sense. I wish they would do something, but I'm not. And I wish a bunch of stuff, but like, that's one thing I'm really grappling with lately, is because I, not that long ago, was the type that's like, I'm not going to look at the news. I'm not going to be up to date on what's happening in the world, because it hijacks my nervous system and takes away my energy to where I, from these other things that I could actually be doing that makes a difference. But it's one of those full picture perspectives of like, I've been blocking out this whole half of the picture of the world that's outside of my immediate awareness, that is most definitely having an effect on my life, my people, my community, my groups. It really is. And if I'm not, if part of me isn't contributing to the change that I want to see in the world, on a world scale, then I'm missing something for me personally. However, everyone who's showing up the way that they are, that's right. I can't say that they're wrong, I guess. Even the people who are saying, like, with their rage, they're saying the terrible things that I heard, where I'm not gonna condemn or be contemptuous about it.
Yeah.
So that's another part of my stance that I think is important for me to say right now. Yeah. Whew. It's a tough stance. It's a really hard stance that
it's interesting.
Boggling.
Yeah, and I hope you don't fall into the pit trap of as a result not ever feeling like you're doing enough.
Right. Well, so that's the other important part of it too, right?
Be able to,
I need to know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
What is my role? Be clear about that.
What's the parts of the garden that you can attend to?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what can't you attend to?
Yeah. This is amazing.
Because you have limits and boundaries like any other human does.
Yeah.
And those do need to be accounted for as much as one might desire that they cannot be accounted for. You just gotta fix it and everything right now.
Yeah.
You know?
You're speaking so beautifully to this point, because the fear that was present, the fear that was actually underneath what my understanding of looking away from the politics and that whole entire part of the world was that I can't do anything about that, and it's gonna just take me over. It's gonna take me over completely, and it's just gonna consume me, you know, and consume me in ways that are not serving my part of the garden. So how can I integrate that into my life? The understanding, just the awareness of what's going on, the injustice, the atrocities, and integrate that into my being in a way that better serves what I can affect here in my immediate place.
Yeah, have it inform what you're doing, essentially, right?
Yeah, and at the same time, take care of myself. Yeah. Too, you know, because that's part of it.
Yeah, like you said, you take care of yourself first.
You got to take care of yourself first. It feels important to me.
Yeah.
Because I realize, like, this does make a difference. This does affect me. And I don't know. It affects me, and there is something I can do. You know, so us having this conversation is doing something. Because a lot of people don't want to have these conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard and complex. It sucks. It sucks, and there's fear. Like, we've said a lot today here that could be easily taken in a way that causes
all sorts of reactions.
And I'm willing to have a conversation with people, anybody who wants to talk about these things, and with the intention of, like, I want to learn. I'm wanting to become more full of a human and understand, because there's a new way to go into this. You look at the past, and like I said earlier in this conversation, is that this has been happening time immemorial. Yeah. They throw a punch, we throw a punch back. They throw a punch, we throw a punch back, and then something really big happens where it's like, oh shoot, like, I don't know, like, who knows what happens at those times, but because I'm not really well read on history, but it feels like this is just another one of those things that happen in history. These powers and the civilians want to, like, stand up against the powers come back even harder. Yeah. And then civilians come back even harder. And it just doesn't seem like it's, from my perspective, done it hasn't made the major difference in the world that we want.
I mean, it hasn't. There are times where it's very powerful and justified. Like, I remember with, it was, what was his name? Oh my God.
Oh no.
It was. I remember the images, and, like, it's the instance of the cop kneeling on George Floyd's neck. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And people getting fucking upset about that. Yeah. And because it got so much attention and so much outrage, actually something got done about it. Like, that cop did
That's
not
right. Yeah.
was not a cop anymore after that. He
Yeah.
went to jail,
Yeah.
from what I recall. It was like during COVID times that finally,
Yeah.
went
Exactly.
through and all that. So yeah, I've seen it work.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
in that sense.
Great point.
There are many facets to this that really need to all be integrated into it. It's not just showing up for a protest
Yeah.
that does the work. It is healing the community. It is doing your own part to make the connections and to
The connections.
and to build trust with your neighbors and
Yeah.
to just like and have important conversations with people who are really hard to talk with.
Yeah.
Is I would even say a big part of that too. If you can, if you're able to do that. I know, I don't think everyone's going to be able to do all these, and they're going to do them in their own time, to their own ability.
Yeah.
It's not something that like it can happen every day, maybe not even every week.
Yeah.
It's for some people can do it every day. They're just like built for that. And oh my God, we
Pretty
need them.
gnarly.
And
Yeah,
thank
we
you
need them.
for those
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
and if you can do that, great. If you really feel like you have that and can take care of yourself at the same time, like great.
Yeah.
So good. So happy. I want to hug you and make sure you get a good massage kind of thing,
You can find him at the end of the hard.
Yeah. And so phew, there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, and it all works, it all comes together, and sometimes some parts work better than others, sometimes other parts are more needed than others, and sometimes things are more subtle. Maybe they're like maybe they're not like surface level being seen as it being a need, but then you attend to them and they make a huge difference.
Yeah. Wow, you did a really great job at, I feel like, respecting and acknowledging all the different parts and pieces of this puzzle. Because it's all needed.
Yeah.
On some level or another. It's all valuable. We have monks in the world who are just walking for peace.
Yeah.
They're serious about it. like we need that.
Yeah.
We need that, and that goes back to me like trying to figure out like what is my role here? What am I here to do? What's aligned with my values as I face this and act.
I keep thinking of this memory I have, and it's kind of a silly memory in a way, but it's in its own strange way kind of applicable. I remember back in the days where I played RuneScape.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you ever played RuneScape or not.
I don't
It is
think
a RPG game online where you have the little character and you're going about in the world and doing quests and killing bad guys and collecting stuff and getting gear and stuff and training skills and God knows whatever.
Yeah.
But there was a mini game inside this game that was like you'd be like teamed up with maybe like I think it was 4 other people on a crew, and you were like up against some other, maybe it was a non-computer player or maybe it was another team, I forget. But anyway, the thing that was interesting about this was that there were roles that needed to be filled. You had, so each player had a role. There was like the fighter, and then there was like the healer.
Yeah.
There was the I don't know. There was like a defensive guy who was like just like solely there to defend people, and there was, I don't know, whatever it was. And I remember always wanting to be like, I want to be a fighter. I want to fight. It's fight. Hit the thing. It's fun. Whatever.
Of course.
And that thing was actually always really popular. It was super, it was always needed kind of thing, or always just like everyone was just jonesing for that position. It's like part of the game, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, well, there's a certain point where I'm like, well, I can't get this really all that good. And the thing that was lacking a lot of the times was the healing position.
Mm-hmm.
And being that healer, people
Wow.
where the fighter does all the fighting, but then all of a sudden he's got low HP, and oh my god,
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, here you are.
That's exactly
going.
right. Wow, dude.
And just like kind of giving into
Amazing.
that
Yeah.
for a bit, and it really felt good at the end of it.
Yeah.
And it wanted to be to a certain point where it's like, actually, I want to be this role.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good. It feels right. It feels cool.
Wow.
It's not glamorous. It's not
doing it.
classy. It's not, it's not like
Yeah.
very photogenic at times even, but
Yeah.
damn, it's good work.
Yeah. Wow.
So-
Wow. And you're doing it. Yeah.
And
you
now that
really are.
I'm now offline,
yeah.
several years later,
Right here.
But I think about that
Choosing
though.
the
There's
healer
sort of an
role.
analog with that though. You got
Yeah.
people who are like out in the front lines,
Seriously.
banging on the fucking doors,
Yeah.
and then you've got other people who are like washing fucking tear gas out of their
People's
eyes.
out. Yep.
There are medics at protests.
Oh, yeah.
Big large
Saw
scale
them.
protests where like shit like that's happening like on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are just like who bring a backpack just full of first aid shit
Yeah.
for stuff like that, and
Yeah.
with knowledge of like how to disarm stuff and like get
Mhm.
rid of threats, and that is a whole role, and it's super important
Yeah.
for an example. you
Yeah.
know? So
Way to relate that too to this game too. That's, I
For whatever reason,
I
it just
feel
kept coming
that
up in my
makes so
brain.
much sense, and a lot of people can understand it through that better. They're like, oh yeah, like we see this everywhere. We see this in movies.
yeah,
We see this in games. We see this in teams.
Yeah.
Basketball, football. Everybody
Everyone
has
wants to be the
their
quarterback,
role.
you know?
Everybody wants to be the quarterback. Right. Exactly.
no, be a good center, please.
We need a really good center who can like just hold it down right there
Yeah.
and protect the quarterback. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or we need like even at football games, like they have the physical trainers and the doctors.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they have
gosh,
whole
yeah.
teams of people who like nobody sees them. Nobody knows
Yeah.
really what they're doing, but they're an integral part to making this work.
Yeah.
So that's like, once again, that is what we're trying to say here, is that whatever way feels most natural to you to show up and stand up against whatever, stand up against these wrongs,
Yeah.
big
or small,
do it, big
too.
or small, right?
I have one of the things I got recently at, I think it was the last No Kings protest that was in when was that?
That wasn't
August,
that long
September,
ago, right? Yeah.
October, somewhere in
Mhm.
there. Days blur together somehow.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I received a zine. You know what a zine is?
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That was a
Satirical.
no, it's not satirical.
What is
Oh,
it's like?
a zine is like a handmade pamphlet.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
like so a magazine. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
zine.
Okay.
And it's very informative. This one was informative. It wasn't. I'm sure some of them are just satirical, comical stuff, but this one was like, it's just information. It was 20 things you can do right now to stop fascism,
Wow.
and they range from being very simple, small acts to being kind of huge acts.
Yeah.
But one of them was invite friends over for soup, and then don't stop inviting friends over for soup. and I thought of our buddy Sean.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm like,
yes.
Yeah. That's
Those tortillas never run out.
infinite tortillas.
Infinite tortilla. Well, so this is also to try and wrap up this incredible conversation.
Sure.
Trying to like sort of bullet point things and like what I think is most helpful right now for people to hear, and that's it right there. Is like connect with your community. Connect with your community, whatever way that looks like. Connect with your community. That even weirdly enough does look like posting things on social media and having people, allies, comment and like and whatever,
Or even if not social media, I've really been loving big group chats.
Big group chats.
Like
oh my
a
gosh.
Signal group. Oh my god, amazing for that kind of
Connect
stuff.
with those.
It feels very personal.
Yeah.
It feels handy, so because it's still on your phone.
Yeah.
It feels completely outside of reach of like social media giants. So like it's fairly
Right.
private if you do it right in the right channels.
Yeah.
And everyone gets to see what's happening, and it's communicated about, and So
connecting.
I've really been loving that as like an alternative to social media.
Yeah.
It feels like.
It feels way less, the anonymity. I don't know. It feels like this is, I feel less isolated.
Yeah.
Being a part of those things. And seeing it in action, right? Like something goes down, the Signal chat is alive and active, and people are responding, and it just feels like, okay, like these are real humans. Sometimes social media just has that whole total, like, who are these people? This anonymity to it.
Sure, right.
So that's what it is. Connect with your community. And I love what you said something earlier too, that I think is actually something that my partner and I are going to try out. Feels really radical, and that's connect with our neighbors.
Yeah.
We're thinking about actually going door to door. I don't even think this is a thought anymore. I think this is happening, and we're going to do it. Going door to door, knocking on people's door just to introduce ourselves and say, hey, we live in this neighborhood. We would like to know, if possible, people who also live in this neighborhood, and just like have some point of reference, some contact here. And so that, like, if stuff does go down, we might not say this exactly, but if stuff goes down, you need to know who lives around you. That is your village, essentially. And nobody knows who's next door to them. No one knows what skills that person has or that person has. Like, is that the healer? Is that the attacker? Or, like who?
Right, totally.
What's everybody's natural proclivities here? So when stuff goes down, we know what we can do. We know where to bunker down, and I don't know. So that sounds like it's like we're, jumping right to this like apocalyptic kind of dystopian thing, but it's just in any time an important thing to do. But it's more than ever, it's important to connect with your community and get to know your neighbors. It's a radical thing, actually, and it's scary to think about knocking door to door, but I'm interested in doing radically scary things in the name of connection, love, peace, and community. And that's really what's at the foundation of my actions. One thing I did while I was just to finish this up, this bullet point, one thing I did at the protest was I'm silently in my own heart praying for people that are inside. And this is what people could be like, how in the world could you even imagine praying for these people? I'm not interested in asking those questions. Instead, I'm praying, may they have the strength to put down their weapons. May they have the strength to make a different choice. May they have the strength to change their mind about what they're doing with their life, with their energy. May they make the choice to connect to their heart. May they have the strength to connect to their heart and make different choices. Essentially, that's kind of like, not verbatim what I was saying, but that's basically what I was doing. Was like, they could just stop, right? Could they just stop? That's something you talked about earlier. Like,
they could put down, I'm sure if they like came if they came out without any weapons,
took their masks off and everything,
and started just like talking to these people and, hey, why are you banging on our doors? Hi. Yeah. And there's people inside that we detain. Yes, we're doing this
our process
of the whatever, I don't know. So explain what's happening. Just be honest up front. We watched you do this, what the fuck? And it's like, oh yeah, if you saw that, here's what's happening. One would, just, it could be that simple, right?
It could be, but maybe I don't know. Like, I don't think people at that point are ready to have a conversation like that. I think that that's one way that it could go, and the other way is to just completely like ICE as an organization. Just
of course. I mean, I was just talking about that specific instance, and but if we're going to large scale, I'm like, oh my god, like people just dropping their weapons and just deciding that, like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. Actually, I've connected with myself and my heart and my values, and realized that what
this organization, what this administration is making me do with my energy is not right. It's not treating humans the way that humans deserve to be treated. And it's not honoring, it's not honoring the rights of humans.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of that's partly my role too, is to silently keep putting out those prayers while I'm there. And, I don't know if that makes a difference, but it feels more aligned with my,
maybe it makes a difference with you.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference with me.
Which then ripples out.
Which then might ripple out. Yeah. 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 That's
how I would look at it, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it changes my heart. It changes my heart frequency.
Right.
When I'm making those prayers.
Totally. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm looking at these, this is my other part of my stance is I'm looking at these people based on what they've done and what they represent, and not as just individual humans.
Sure.
Like, if I look at them as individual humans, that's a whole different story. I'm like, you're a child of God, essentially.
Right.
You know,
sure.
like,
I'm one with you, brother.
You're a human.
Right.
We both have beating hearts. We bleed the same blood. Like, you were a baby once. Like, if I'm looking at you as an individual human, then that's a whole different story. But like, if I look at you and say, you've done some bad things, and that comes with consequences, and that's like, we need to address those and take care of that in the way that is right. That's a whole different, that's how it is, right? That's how it works. If I do something wrong, I'm gonna have consequences that are natural. There was one more thing I was gonna say about that, though. It was if you said it earlier, it's like we've condemned these people and it's irredeemable what they've done, what they've been involved with. It's like there's no coming back.
That black and white thinking of just like, oh, they're this. Yeah. And like, there's a wonderful justification to it in a way, because it's just been so long that things have been like this. And if you have chosen to be in this place, in this path, and in that position, you're probably pretty deep in the sink. I will give you that.
Yeah, probably pretty
give you
deep
that.
Is there a possible chance for you? Like,
right.
I have to believe that there is.
Yeah.
And if we don't give them the chance, then there certainly isn't.
You just got to find the route to it.
Yeah.
I really think that too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing, is like, I feel like no chance if we don't give them one.
Calling up my friend Sean again, and his love and my love for the Beatles' Yellow Submarine, and how they treated the Blue Meanies at the end.
Yeah.
They forced them out from their attack with essentially love and music, which is a little cheesy in a way. But,
yeah. But
whatever. But anyway, they're running off into the hills and are being dispersed, and they've lost for sure. And the things that the Beatles say to them at the end is like, fellow meanies, meanies, won't you join us? Won't you come and commingle with us and enjoy the fruits that we have here? What do you say? Like you are one of us if you want to be. Yeah.
You have a seat at our table.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the book Fifth Sacred Thing?
No, I don't think I've heard of that one.
Oh, you're a reader, so you need to check that one out by Starhawk. That changed my life, and that's what's making that's the book that's making me grapple with this whole thing of they're in the face of the worst, just totally oppressive force, the epitome of oppressive force. In the face of that, they defeated them through love, and not changing their I'm trying to remember how I said this last night. It's like, I'm not looking to change your mind. I'm looking to change your heart in some way. And I think that's kind of what I said. It's like, it wasn't a change of mind. It was a change of heart, because mind is so freaking impossible
Totally.
to change.
Yeah.
But like these people, like through their, like, I'm going to love you. That was so powerful to them that it caused all these soldiers to drop their weapons and join them. And that's sort of like not the best description of what happens. It's a powerful story, but that's essentially like what happens. And I do believe that that's maybe the radical thing that we've missed.
Yeah.
In all these wars.
Yeah, is that we need to see each other in our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
We need to,
yes.
To even a certain extent, we need to love our enemies, and to, if we just.
And it's possible.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
It's totally possible, and we're gonna finish this up.
We are doing.
I gotta go, but I do believe that there is this rage and anger and violence that does need to happen. It's like wood in the bonfire that needs to get burnt away. And we are, like, for me personally, I'm trying to do my rage work in a safe container, like we're in the same men's group together. Yeah. And that's what that container's for. It's for us to do our rage work there, so that when we're out in the community at these events, we are emotionally stable, we're grounded, we're strong, and we're able to respond appropriately. That doesn't escalate to more people getting hurt, more innocent people getting hurt, or even killed. That's what I'm interested in. So I hope everyone listens to the end of that, because that's the end. That's
the goal.
That's it right there. That's it right there. We both agreed we don't want any more people getting hurt. We just don't want that. It's going to happen. Yeah. It's just, there's nothing we can do about that. That's the inevitable. That's the part of the wood that needs to just keep being burnt in the big grand bonfire here. So that's I feel like there was one more point here, but I'm going to pass it to you and see.
I think that's a beautiful way to end it. We just don't want people to get hurt.
Yeah.
Because we healers.
Right.
And we love
healers,
people.
We love people. We respect all parts of the human experience.
There's always a reason why someone is the way they are.
Yeah.
I very deeply think that. And once you discover what that is, it helps you build a better understanding, and it helps you know what you're dealing with and how you can approach it and work with it. Yeah.
Yeah. This whole last part is just like, this is really what the whole concept of loving forward is about. There's loving, which is, that's this, it's the feminine, it's the feminine of like, I'm going to love you no matter what kind of thing. Like looking at their child of like, you're going to tell me you hate me so many times when you're growing up, but as a feminine, as a mother, I'm going to love you no matter what. And then forward is that masculine. It's like, we are going in a direction. We are like, we're a force to be reckoned with. We're powerful. Yeah. I mean, and they're both powerful in their own ways, but that's just saying like loving forward is like, we are in our hearts and we're freaking here to like do what we think is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not being wishy-washy about it. Yeah.
No. And if we are, we'll figure it out. Exactly. We're going to figure it out. We're going to get with our men's groups. We're going to get with our community. We're going to get with our trusted people, and we're going to try to figure this out.
Yeah.
Where do we stand? How do we stand? And what are we doing here? We're going to get really clear about that. And then we're going to go in and we're going to act. We protect. That's another part, is we protect our people. And so, I know for sure if someone that I loved was in danger, I would do everything I could to protect them. And that's the thing. Call that violence, call that whatever you want. That's why none of this is so obvious. Like, violence is bad. Like, no, sometimes it's not. Sometimes violence is exactly what was needed in that moment.
Yeah.
It's tricky, man. And so we're not here to say we figured anything out of like that, like,
oh God,
we don't know if we figured anything out in this conversation. But we talked about what was real. We talked about experience, real life experience. And I think we shared some really important ways on perspectives on how to love forward and to add to your cup of understanding here. Yeah. So I'm really grateful for what we've done here, man. This was such a joy to talk to you. I really appreciate your perspectives on all things so much. And this was, I don't know who else I would have rather had this conversation with today. And so
thank you.
Or ever. So thank you so much, Julian.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, man. I love you so much. So grateful for you and looking forward to our next men's group. Woohoo. Find you a men's group.
The next podcast episode. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a great podcast, my guy.
Yeah. I love the Loving Forward podcast. This is, it's going to be, it's powerful container. Yeah. It's here for everything. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. You are such a blessing to the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you for spending your time with us at the Loving Forward podcast. I appreciate your presence, your attention, and your willingness to be curious while swimming in the mystery. If something in this episode resonated with you and you feel a call to explore your own healing work, I offer both in-person and online sessions in shadow work and breath work. I also lead in-person men's groups here in Eugene, Oregon, and I would love to have you join us. You can find all of this on my website and stay up to date on current offerings and my latest ponderings on Facebook and Instagram. The website and handles are in the description. These practices support nervous system regulation, emotional integration, and a more honest, embodied relationship with yourself and others. You're welcome to reach out, ask questions, or take the next step when it feels right for you. Contact information is in the description. Until then, keep listening to your body, keep honoring your truth, and keep loving forward as best you can. And so it is.